So in this kind of game, you need good social skills and an ability to make friends, in a sense. Again, two skills that I do not have. What up, everyone? It's your boy Floz and welcome back to another episode of Tier Up. And this time, we are going to be ranking games from the Squid Game show. And I know the situation that all of these players found themselves in was very terrifying. But why do I kind of want to do it? Oh, I know why. Because they're all fun kids games and I'm living a life of depressing adulthood. So without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? The rankings for this video are as follows: God tier, square, triangle, circle, and cancelled. Like, really, I don't have any, like, quote-unquote proper way of ranking this. It's just whatever I find the most fun, the most fair, blah blah blah. And I try my best to include, like, each individual game. Because like, one game had, like, a bunch of games within it. But first up here, we have Dalgona. The game where you have to carve out a shape in a very fragile honeycomb. And if you crack the shape, you die. With this game, I'd probably get bored halfway in and just try to eat the thing. Actually, no, I take that back. That's a lie. With this game, I would just be so hyper fixated on getting the shape out that even if I crack it, I'm like, no! If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die fat! The thing is, it looks like a fun game, but I would probably die very quickly. So I think overall, I'm gonna put this one up in square. It looks fun, but again, I'll probably die very quickly. Next up, we have Dachki. Dachki is a game that's used by the recruiter to recruit people for the games. Basically, how it's played, you have two pieces of intricately folded paper, one red, one blue. You're supposed to take one of the folded pieces of paper, put it on the ground. Take the other one, put it in your hand, throw it at the other one on the ground, and the goal is for the one on the ground to flip over. And that way, you win! If you manage to do it, you get money! If you don't manage to do it, that. Of course, that's not a real-life rule of the game. Or it could be. I have no clue. I definitely need to practice a lot more, but what I've learned with Dachki is, one, you need very good precision when throwing it at the ground, and two, you also need enough force to make it flip from one side to the other. So, would I probably die playing this game? Very likely. But does it still look fun? I'm going to say yes. I'm probably going to put it right in the middle at triangle. It's fun, but I'd probably die very quickly. Next up, we have Flying Stones. Flying Stones, as the name kind of suggests, one stone, the one that is conveniently shaped like a tombstone, is placed on the ground standing up. The other stone you get, and you need to throw it at the stone you placed on the ground standing up. The goal is to hit the stone, knock it over. Again, this is the kind of game where you need, like, ultra precision, and somehow I feel like if I threw it this way, it would end up going over there somehow. I think somehow I'd fail at this game even worse than Dachki. As a game itself, it's okay. Not one that I'd play over and over again, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put it up in circle. Not too bad to be canceled. Next up, this one I guess had like two different names, but we're going to go with the one I like. This is Glass Bridge. Or if you want, you could call it Glass Stones. Basically, how the game works, you have two rows of glass panels in front of you. Every time you move up, there are two panels in front of you. One will be tempered glass that can hold the weight of probably two people. And the other one is just regular glass that will shatter under the weight of one person. So you have to go one at a time, hoping that the glass that you step on isn't tempered glass so you don't fall to your absolute doom. And with the remaining players, how it's decided which the order the players will go, they just went and just picked the numbered vest. So in my opinion, this game is just entirely luck-based. It's literally 50-50, left or right. You pick right or you pick wrong. You end up dying. if you fall through the glass onto your ass. Still, if I played this game, I would probably die very, very, very easily. Why? Because my luck is shit. So even though it looks fun, the very big threat of death is kind of a deal breaker for me. So I'm going to put it down and canceled. Because my luck is horrible. Next up, we have the game Gongi. It's a game played with, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a specific number of dice, but in this instance, it's played with 5 dice. How it works is you're supposed to take 1 dice, throw it up, grab one, and catch the one you threw. And then continue that process with all 5 dice until you eventually have them all in your hand. Then roll them again, throw one up, grab 2, catch, and repeat that process. Then, roll them again, throw one up, catch 3, etc., until eventually you've done it again with all the dice, you have them in your hand. Then you have to throw them up, catch them on the back of your hand, and then you have to like flick your wrist up and then grab them all. This is a game where even more precision is required. This is probably the one that I've tested out the most because I want to do it, and I've had a little bit of success, but I somehow never end up with the dice you need to throw. I never throw it high enough to grab ones off of the table. So I already know my own current skill level with this game. It still looks really fun though, and I love the design of the dice. So if I'm going to be honest, I'm actually going to put it up in square. I like the game. Would I fail at it? Miserably, but still. Next up, this one looked absolutely terrifying. This one was hide and seek. The remaining 60 players were split into 2 teams decided by a random ball they got. It was either red or blue. All the players who got the blue ball were put into the blue team. They got a blue vest. They were the hiders, and they had to survive. I don't remember how long they needed to survive, but the point is they needed to survive. They were given keys of various shapes, square, triangle, and circle. Those were used to unlock doors in order to get away, but after a door was unlocked, it could not be locked again, from my understanding of the rules. And they have to continue through the giant maze in order to find, the room of victory, where if they're in there, it's a safe zone, and they cannot be murdered in there. And then those who got the red ball, the red team, their job was to kill the blue players. They were given a knife to kill blue players. And here's the thing. In order for anyone on the red team to survive, they had to kill at least 1 blue person. But here's the thing, those on the blue team could fight back and kill the red person. It's all a matter of what you're willing to do for survival. I do think the easier job would be the red team, because all you have to do is kill 1 person and you're good. You can just chill out for the rest of the game. Part of me wants to put it in square, but I think with all the interesting intricacies, I'm going to put it up in God tier. That's just my opinion, though. I would kill on the red team. Literally. Next up, we have the Jegi. From my understanding, it's like a Korean version of a hacky sack. And I take that back. That's not true at all. Because, a hacky sack is a tiny little woven sack filled with beans that you gotta kick. Correction, it's played like a hacky sack. It's not like a Korean hacky sack. Because from the Jegi that I have, it's like this circular plastic thing with a bunch of tassel on the end. You're supposed to play it like a hacky sack. You're supposed to kick it up, keep it in the air, and if you're able to do that 5 times, you're good. That's just in the show, though. That kind of game requires good good foot-eye coordination. And I have neither. So I'd probably fail horribly at that game, so you know what? I'm gonna put it down and canceled. Because I'm no hippie. I don't know how to do that shit. It's second nature. Next up, we have Jump Rope. And I am going to admit, I am a little disappointed that it's not an actual rope. Because how this game is designed, like the glass bridge, they have to cross a bridge while avoiding a giant rope being swung up and could possibly sideswipe their feet. And the reason I have the quotations around rope is because it's not even a rope. It's a giant, I'm assuming, metal bar. So it's not even really jump rope. Because where's the goddamn rope? So the point is you have to cross this bridge, which I'm assuming is very narrow, while also avoiding getting your leg sideswiped by the giant flying rope. So this one actually does take a good amount of skill in order to get through. And it seems you need a lot of focus and athleticism. Again, I unfortunately have neither. But still, I'd probably stand a better chance on this as opposed to Glass Bridge, because Glass Bridge is all luck-based. This one, I have a halfway decent chance. So I think I'm going to put it up in Triangle. That's just my opinion, though. It lost points because it's not an actual rope. The next game we have is Marbles. And I'm going to be completely honest, I think this one was an improvised game given by the higher-ups. So how this game was done, you have to pick your partner. You had no idea what the game was, so you were trying to save your partner. Each person was given a bag of 10 marbles. By the end of like 30 minutes, you had to get all 20 marbles by whatever sort of game that you and your partner decide. Has to be fair, no threatening can occur, nothing like that. So it's basically just between you and your partner deciding who lives and who dies. And I'm going to be honest, this was probably one of my least favorite games. Plus, I hate, like, a lot of the betrayals that happen. And just the freaking tragedy of having to watch the person you were trying to save die by your hand, in a sense. I couldn't do marbles. I have to put it down and canceled. I'd kill myself. I'm like, take these marbles, go on without me. Even though I know you never could, but go on without me. Next up, we have Mingle. Probably one of the games where Thanos fucking thrived. So in this one, the disembodied voice calls out a number. You and a group of that number have to get yourselves inside of a room. If you don't do it in the allotted time, you die. If you get in a room with the incorrect number of people, you die. So in this kind of game, you need good social skills and an ability to make friends, in a sense. Again, two skills that I do not have. And I mean, I'm a decent guy. I could probably make friends. And who am I kidding? I'd fail miserably. I think due to my inability to make friends, I'm going to put it down in Triangle. That's the only thing that makes it worse for me. Next up, we have the game that started it all. We have Red Light, Green Light. So you're starting in a big group. There's a doll that can look away and look back. If it sees you move after it calls red light, bang, 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 bang. This is the kind of game where you need to be Usain Bolt when it's looking away and a freaking statue when it's looking at you. Because the slightest twitch and you are gone. This game, I feel like I could do rather well. Because even though actually I take it back, I probably wouldn't do well. Because I got like ADHD, autism, all that kind of shit. And I have no clue how to sit still. As you can see by my big amount of moving right now. But I think if it came down to it, I would be able to stand still, very still enough in order to make it out of there. So despite how I would do, I think because it's the first game that started off and it's the most memorable, I have to put it up in God tier. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Next up, we have Rock, Paper, Scissors -1. This is the game that the recruiter made Mr. Kim and Woo Suk play. I still don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. That's just how I'm going to pronounce it. But this is the game that he made them play after they tried to go after and capture him. Essentially how the game works is that it's like normal rock, paper, scissors. You do the 1, 2, 3, shoot, or shoot, or shoot, or shoot. But you do that with two hands. Like this. So you and your opponent would be like, rock, paper, scissors, -1. And when they say -1, you have to take one of your hands back. And the hand you have left, that's the hand that you have against your opponent. So if the hand that they have out is paper, they beat your rock. If their hand is scissors, then you beat theirs. If their hand is also rock, it's just a tie. So again, it's like regular rock, paper, scissors, just with more steps. And again, this one, in my opinion, is also just all luck-based, and I would die miserably from it. But somehow I think I would do better than any of the ones in Canceled, because I feel like with this, you would still be able to read your opponent into what they would be thinking to do. So I'm actually going to put it in circle, because I feel like I'm also able to read people somewhat well. Next up, we have the 6-leg pentathlon. I don't know if that's really what it was called, but it was like a relay race where at every checkpoint was one of the smaller games I mentioned, like Dachshund, a Flying Stone, Gongi, the Jeggy, and one that we'll get into next. You had to create a team of 5, where one player had to do one game at each checkpoint. And that's the thing, if even one player messed up their game badly enough, you all got the shit under the stick. So not only do you all need to be good at each individual game, but you need to be good working together. Again, 2 things I can't do well. So again, you could be good at your own designated game, but if the other 4 are trash, you're fucked. And I think I could probably be good at like maybe one of the games, but otherwise I'm screwed. So I'm going to put it down in triangle, because on my own I feel like I'd be fine. It's the others that would hold me down, and that's what brings it down for me. The next game is spinning top, which is actually the final game of the 6-leg pentathlon. That's also one of the ones I have, which I believe is a really poorly made version of it. So you're given this small spinning top and a rope. They have to tie her on the top of the top and then tie it around the remainder of the bottom of it. So then you have the rope and the top in your hand, you hold on to one part of the rope and you throw it, and then it eventually like unravels, spinning the top, and if it spins, you win. If not only does it take a lot of time to just set up the top, the rope also has to have good grip, otherwise it's not going to work. And on top of that, you have to be able to like throw it at a good angle as well, while also holding onto the rope. Point is, it's a very complicated one, which caused me so much stress trying to figure out until I realized I had a horrible rope to do it with. So you know what, for all the stress you caused me, I'm putting you down here. Go away. Go away. Next up, we have the game that it was named after. We have Squid Game. And I'm going to be completely honest, even after watching the series, I can still barely tell how this game is played. All I know is that there's squares, triangles, circles involved. There's attackers, there's defenders. You can only go around hopping on one leg unless you cross the middle. Like the little area where there's the rectangles in the middle, you have to cross across that. And then you're able to go on both feet. Then you have to go to the base of wherever the square is. Then you gotta run across to the circle without getting tagged or murdered by the defender. Maybe I do know how it's played. So actually, now thinking over it again, I probably wouldn't do that well as the attacker, but the defender though, that might bring it back a little bit. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in square actually, because again, I probably would not do well attacking. Defending, I would probably dominate. Next up, the final game of this entire series so far, and the final game of Season 3, Squid Game. It's played completely different to regular Squid Game. It looks like how this game is played. You're all brought to these very, very, very high pillars, again shaped in like a square, triangle, and a circle. You have to knock one person off of the tower to their doom in order for everyone else to move on. You could knock off more than one person to increase the prize pool, but who's to say you yourself won't get knocked off? So in this one, you need good alliances, you're going to need your own physical strength, and just good balance, and a bunch of other stuff I probably can't remember and probably don't have. So this kind of game would probably mess me up horribly. I do give them props on creativity. I think I might actually put this in triangle, because I might make it a decent way through, but I'd make it nowhere near to the end. And the final game on this list, we have Tug of War. Tug of War, everyone knows how to play Tug of War. A group or one person has the rope on one side, and the other side has like the same number of people. You just gotta pull the rope, hoping that your physical strength will dominate the other team. Again, this kind of game would need good strategy, and that's where freaking Gi-hoon's team from Season 1 came through, thanks to Oh Nam. Even though he turned out to be a deceptive bastard at the end. But here's the thing, Tug of War on my own, I would probably lose horribly. With a group, we would still probably lose horribly because I'd be bringing them down. So I think due to my own horribleness, I might have to put it in circle. Not canceled though, because it's still fun enough for me to do. And I think this right here is where we're going to end things off. I'm Floz MG. This has been ranking games from Squid Game, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.